Right, so what do I take, or should I say, what do I wear when I'm doing the hill walking, camping and the photography? Right, we'll have a little bit of a breather here. Boots. I wear the Salomon Ultra Treks, which are a leather boot, but they're very lightweight, 500 grams to be precise for both. And yeah, I got them for about £120. But so far they've been an absolutely brilliant boot, and probably the best Salomon boot I've worn actually, because they've got quite a high boot. So excellent, very good. Trousers. These are the Fjällräven Abisko trekking tights. Now, yeah, men in tights, well, I've got them because they're actually very comfortable for the walking and they're very warm. Even when they're wet, when we've done some long distance walks in the rain, because they're next to your skin, they dry very, very quick, and they also seem to still insulate even when they're wet. I've just found them to be absolutely fantastic, and they've also got quite a long leg on them. So I actually have these over the top of my boots, so that like gaiters, and also help to keep things like ticks out from getting under your trouser leg. So yeah, I really rate these. They're very, very comfortable, and because they're for a man, they've got a zip fly, you know, kind of protects your modesty a bit with their design, shall we say. But I find them great, and I just sleep in them overnight as well, just use them as like a thermal pair of trousers. In the winter, I'll use these as well, and I'll just put my salopettes over the top. Excellent bit of kit. So I can just see how far we have to go, and it's a bit of a trek. Right, time for a little water stop. Oh, so what do I take for drinking? Well, to be honest, there's a lot of water in Scotland. So usually if you take a Sawyer water filter, which I usually bring, you'll be able to get water from the streams, but I would still filter it. But what I will bring is 1.5 litres of normal water, and I'll also bring a litre of like a diluted juice. I drink that later on when I'm up at camp, but that's mainly for the normal water is mainly for the cooking. And on the way up, I always buy myself a glucose energy drink like Lucozade, and that just hits the spot. Oh. Nearly at the top, not far now. You can see the path all the way back to the house. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful up here. Base layers, never really talked about that. This is the Quisha SH500 Active from Decathlon, and I've got a couple of these tops and they're excellent. In the summer I wear them just like this, and in the winter I'll use it as my base layer. Mainly because, yeah, I like the long sleeves. It also has some finger loops, so it basically turns into mitts, handy in the winter, or even like tonight if it gets chilly, just to keep the hands a bit warmer. And it also has a microfiber kind of flecked mesh inside that helps wick away the sweat. Now another thing about this top is it has a Napoleon pocket, which is handy for the audio and also for putting your batteries in and keeping them warm on those cold nights. So yeah, a really good top, thoroughly recommend it, and I think it was £15, something like that. Excellent top. So this is the rucksack that I use. It's the Marmot Graviton 48, and yeah, I think it's an excellent rucksack, and it's done me well for the last year and a half. It has a good suspension system on the back that lets you, well, it lets your back breathe very well, and it only comes in at about 1.1 kilograms, 1.2 kilograms, so it's quite a light bag. and I can get all my gear in it. It's also a, what they call a top loader, oh, not a top loader, a side loader, where you can actually undo this section to get into the contents if you want, as well as from the top. But it gets my camera gear, tent, sleeping bag, food, everything in there, no problem, as well as my tripods and that. So I think it's an excellent rucksack. The only downside to it I found is that the clips on it can be a little bit fiddly, especially in the cold or if you've got gloves on. But other than that, love it, and I'll be using it for a while yet. You've got the top lid as well with my waterproof jacket and odds and sods and a few sweeties. So, right, let's get this tent up and yeah, see where we're going to put it. Now, I don't really take a lot of stuff with me, to be honest. This is just some foam. I think it's 2 or 3 millimeter thick foam that I got from eBay. And it was just a big roll. So I cut it up and I've made a section that goes under my sleeping mat. And you could also use it for sitting on or kneeling on. And it just helps to insulate you from the ground. Then I'll have my Sea to Summit ultralight insulated mat. Now this is the extra large one, so I think it weighs about 500 grams, and yeah, that's what I use. It's okay in this kind of weather, but it's a bit chilly in the winter. I'll use my X-Bed heavy insulated mat basically for the winter, and just use this in the spring and summer, autumn. Now I keep my sleeping bag and other stuff, such as if I'd brought my down jacket with me, I keep it in this X-Bed schnozzle pump sack, which I use for actually blowing up this mat, and it's handy just to keep everything nice and dry. So this is a pillow from Decathlon as well, and it's the, I forgot what it's called, the helium pillow. And it weighs about 170 grams, and it's very, very comfortable. With this cover over the air sac inside, yeah, it's like a plush cover. It's fantastic, and you don't get that sweaty head syndrome with other ones. It's worth its weight in gold. It's really, really good, and recommend it. Again, it's not expensive. I think it's £12 or £15, but an excellent bit kit. Now, sleeping bag. This is I have 2 sleeping bags. I have basically one I use 3 seasons, and I have a winter one. This is the Mammoth Sphere Ultralight. It's actually classed as a winter bag, and it's 1100 grams. And yeah, this is rated down to -11. Get it out. I got this from eBay, and I think I paid £90 for it. See, if you look on eBay, now and again you will get some really good bargains. So I'm going to have a chat about jackets and what I take. So, normally I've got this top on, and I bring a soft shell jacket with me. This is another item from Decathlon, and I'll put the details on the screen. And yeah, when it gets a bit chilly, like it is just now, this is what I'll usually put on. If it's really cold, then I'll bring a down jacket. But usually this is sufficient to keep me warm. Again, it has the loops for your hands, so you've got like mitts, and it also has the Napoleon pocket. So this is really my main jacket. I wear it all the time, and I've worn it in heavy rain, and it's really, really good. Even when it's wet, it'll keep you warm. But if it is raining, what I'll do is I bring this, which is my kind of soft shell, it's a Montane Pertex thin kind of waterproof shell, and it's very lightweight. And then I would just put that on as well. So it gives me a 3-layer system depending on the temperature and the conditions, rather than having one heavy Gore-Tex jacket or a big down jacket or a fleece. So I can chop and change. So if it was really quite warm and it was showery rain, I wouldn't have the soft shell on, I would just have my insulated top and then just put this over the top of it just to keep me dry. And yeah, it just works out really good for me. So when you look at all the weights of the 3 items between my thermal top, the soft shell and this kind of thin Pertex top, you're probably getting 3 jackets for the same weight as one Gore-Tex setup. So that's what I use, and it's done me proud over the last couple of years. I'm just keeping an eye out for John Thau, who's the photographer who's coming to join me for a summit camp, and I just keep looking to see if I can see him on the trail down there. Enough water on for my main meal and a coffee. I always bring a pasty with me or something like that in case there's an issue with the stove, in case it doesn't work or for whatever reason, and that way I can still have something fairly substantial to eat. So that's my dehydrated meal, bubbling away there, and I've got enough water left over for a coffee. What I usually do is actually mix up either, well, a chocolate kind of sachet with a coffee sachet. I kind of like the two of them mixed together. So we'll get that on the go as well. Now remember, I always take all my rubbish away, all the plastics and things like that, and don't leave them up here rotting away on, or well, not rotting away. So that's it, my coffee concoction, and as I said, I've got this foil cover that I made, just got some of that insulated bubble wrap and just made it for my cup to try and keep the heat in. So it's just a lightweight way of just having a thermal insulated mug. Let's see how this is getting on. Oh, looking good, looking good. Hot and spicy curry. Lovely. So John's straight at it with the photography and I'm sauntering about with a coffee. Yeah, I'm going to have this and then we'll get the cameras and get them set up and see what we're going to do for a composition for sunset. But John's got his tent set up as well. He's actually at a spot a bit lower down that I seen earlier. So yeah, it looks a bit flatter than my bit. So I'm going to have this and we'll get set up and see what the night brings. So that's me and John just taking a few shots as the sun's going down, and it's really quite dramatic. A bit windy, it's getting a bit chilly now on the summit, but yeah, we've still got another half an hour or so and we'll see what happens. And then I think it'll be time for a hot coffee or a hot chocolate. But what a view, absolutely glorious looking over the Munros and that. Yeah, you can see over to the cobbler and yeah, just right the way around. Beautiful location for some photography. So that's me and John up bright and early for the sunrise. It's about 5:10 and we're just watching the sun come up just now, and it's beautiful. Now one of the things I was doing earlier was, well, I was trying to take some astrophotography shots. I was up at 3 o'clock and when it was really quite cold, another thing that I bring with me is some of these, it's like these pads with the chemical inside that activates to keep your hands warm, with the top that I wear with having the kind of mitt section. I'll put one of those inside, and it basically keeps your hands and fingers warm, stops them going numb. So we're just going to get the cameras ready to go here and see what this sunrise brings. So that's it, photography done and the wild camp done. It's been really good. A night at Ben Vorlich. Excellent. Very, very good. Bit chilly, bit good. So John's away putting his tent and that in his rucksack, getting everything ready to go. I'm going to start packing up and we'll head off down. So I'm going to get in the car back, something to eat and a coffee, and then I'm going to go through what I carry in my ribs pack, this front pack that a lot of people ask about. This is basically what I use for my camera gear, so I'll go through what I carry in this. So I'm just going to admire the views while I wait on John, and then we'll head back down. Yeah, and I'll speak to you again in a little minute. So I'm just grabbing a coffee here. Yeah, thanks for watching. That was my little wild camp with John Thou. Now I'm going to make this into a two-parter, where the first part's basically what I've discussed, and I'm going to do another one which will cover how I pack my rucksack, how I pack all the other stuff that I take, all my camera gear, and yeah, all the other bits and pieces I take, along with tents. Yeah, I've had a few, so I'm going to have a little bit of a discussion on that, and yeah, basically what I'm using at the moment, because I'm also thinking about possibly getting a new tent, the Hilleberg Sulu, but I'm not sure. Yeah, so I'm going to have a discussion about that. Now, I'm just putting the end credits up because I'm also just back from Harris, and it was absolutely incredible. What a place to visit in Scotland. The wife and I went, never been there before, and it actually blew our mind. It's just a stunning, stunning place. So that film will be coming up shortly as well. So if you haven't already, please subscribe, and until the next time, take care. And an amazing surf in the mountains behind. It's just absolutely incredible. Amazing, absolutely amazing.